The toddler and her mother, Angela, on the porch of an East Toledo home just one day before the toddler would vanish.
Bring Elaina home! Bring Elaina home!
Stephen King, the boyfriend of Elena's mother, was taken into custody.
Hey, when the baby is, you guys will see what I'm innocent. That's all I got to say.
When you're in before I get you, because I'm coming for you today.
We brought you here today to discuss a major development that has occurred over the past 24 hours. We were able to recover immature human skeletal remains.
Everybody clear out on the street now!
We wanted to find a body. We wanted to find that baby, which we did.
Our bold question tonight for our in-studio jury: is the boyfriend covering for baby Eleina's mom? We will have a verdict by the end of the program. But right now, what I want to do is make a very bold comparison between this case involving baby Elaina and her mom and little Kaylee Marie and Casey Anthony, that case from Orlando. Take a look. June 9th, 2008 is the day that Casey tells investigators is the last time she saw her daughter.
Her mother finally admitted that she's been missed. Okay, what we're talking about is 3-year-old little girl.
Hundreds of people gathered to say a prayer for 1-year-old Elaina Steinfurth.
2 minutes later, she came running out the front door saying the baby was missing.
My entire life has been taken from me. Everything has been taken from me. Can someone let me... Come on!
I need all the support that I can get to bring her home. Anything to keep me comfortable and from losing my mind.
This community near Youngstown, where Casey was born and her parents grew up, married, and started their family.
Now a picture from the gossip website TMZ claims the woman dressed in Ohio State gear is Casey Anthony.
You call her one more time, and what are you gonna do? Cindy! What are you gonna do? Oh my God! What are you gonna do? What are you gonna
Take him away from me. I got a restraining order.
I got a restraining order on him.
One thing after the other with him. He had his mouth going when we first come in.
The skeletal remains found on December 11th are those of the missing toddler.
Examination of that scene revealed that the body of Kaylee Marie Anthony shoved into a laundry bag and thrown into a littered swamp like she was just another piece of trash.
Immature human skeletal remains.
And it was located near their far corner in that garage behind quite a bit of other, I want to say, boxes, trash.
She never was missing. Kaylee Anthony died on June 16, 2008, when she drowned in her family's swimming pool.
I had told Stephen to go down the alley to look to maybe she had gotten out the gate, and I was just afraid by some chance that maybe she had gotten out the back door into the pool.
A lot of people making this comparison. Let's talk about this. Let's start first with the two mothers. And one thing that we notice is when they talk with about a missing child, they seem to be talking more about themselves. Let's take another listen.
I'm not in control over any of this because I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what's going on. My entire life has been taken from me. Everything has been taken from me. But I'm just as much of a victim as the rest of you. In my gut, I know she's still okay. I can feel it, Mom. I know she's still okay. Can someone let me... Come on!
Well, if I had their support, I wouldn't feel the way I do, but not when people are pointing fingers at me when they don't even know what's going on. I need all the support that I can get to bring her home. Anything to keep me comfortable and from losing my mind.
How about that comparison between these two? It's kind of weird, right?
God, it is weird, and that is really outrageous. You know, that is what really struck me about both of these young moms. Look, I'm a mom. I have a daughter. If something happened to my daughter, I would not even be coherent. Like, you wouldn't even be able to pick me up off the ground. It's amazing that they're able to just talk
Another thing in these two stories I want to show everyone is the chaos that is erupting in the neighborhoods with the families. Take a look.
You get walking too. Start walking or you're going to go.
Come on, come on, we love it, yeah. Make her talk, and make her talk. Make her say something. Stop protecting her.
Unbelievable, Ryan, the emotions involved in both cases, and I think it's because it's all about a little girl.
Yeah, and that changes everything, but still the self-interest shocks you when you talk about the mothers. A lot more to come, though, with these comparisons between the two. I don't know if you remember what was found on Kaylee when she died. There are similarities in this case.
There's a big difference between conduct unbecoming to a supposedly grieving mother and evidence to convict them of murder. And when you think about the filth of that household, you think about how disgusting it was. That may be the best evidence for the defense. The filthier it was, the more likely it could have been an accident. Shades of Casey Anthony coming back again?
Everlasting love is what I have for you, baby. Elaina Jade, you'll always be daddy's little lady. I'll never give up on you till the day that God takes me. Elaina, this is my promise to you, precious baby. Everlasting love, you'll have everlasting love. You'll have everlasting love. You'll have everlasting love. Everlasting love. You'll have everlasting love. Elaina, you will have.
That's a song written and produced and performed and dedicated to Baby Elaina by her father. And that's one major difference between the Casey Anthony case and this case, is that there's a father in the picture and a father who misses and is heartbroken by the death of his little girl. Another comparison, there are some unconfirmed reports that on the remains, the box with the remains, there was a heart drawn on there. And as everyone will recall in the Casey Anthony case, Ryan, there was that heart sticker that was found with the remains of Kaylee Marie.
Yeah, and that touched so many people because you tried to figure out what's the connection between mom and daughter. Why would that be on that box? You wonder if something like that is happening here. Or, our motivational speaker has a comment.
This is a very powerful statement. In God we trust, all others must be polygraphed. And so what that means is we got to polygraph people, because people who you think are telling you the truth are not.
Yeah.
And so never assume, polygraph, and trust only God.
Yeah. You have a polygraph. I know our lawyers over there are thinking, well, I wouldn't allow that in court. Wait, hold on. Guys, our juror number one, she's a psychology professor, so she's been thinking all along what's going on in their minds.
Unfortunately, the reliability of polygraphs is really no better than chance, so that's problematic. But also, as a psychologist, I'm wondering about the psychiatric history of any of these individuals. Can we address that?
Yeah. Is there anything to that, guys?
Yeah, Darren wanted to jump in on that one?
Well, I just wanted to jump in quickly on this polygraph issue. While it's not admissible in court, I use it as a tool all the time. And if I have my doubts about whether or not somebody's being truthful, I'll ask them, well, are you willing to take a polygraph? And if they say anything other than yes, then I know there's a problem. So the offer of a polygraph is in itself a polygraph.
A narcissist and a sociopath is going to be able to pass a polygraph 90% of the time. And remember one other thing. Being a mother is more than just giving birth. Neither of these two were mothers. They were people who gave birth.
And also, to talk about the psychiatric issues, it's obvious something's going on. Who lives in that filth? This is a family. I said about Casey Anthony's definition of dysfunction, so is this. All of this is just absolutely...
Let's throw this out for the jury as well right now, because we're talking about the two moms. There's also video of both of these moms being moms. Take a look.
The keys.
Oh, God. That's cool.
I didn't know you could do that with that.
All over the camera. I'm recording.
And the surveillance video there on the right-hand side of Baby Elaina with her mom is the day before she's reported missing.
Yeah. Jordan, you were just talking about being a mom.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was a 19-year-old mother. So it is very difficult, but in looking at all that, I just, you would do anything for your child, anything. And if that child needed to be cared for, you could sleep on the streets. She would have found somewhere for those children to be. My concern is also the fact that the father, he hasn't said not one thing, and he's displaying more of the caring relationship than these mothers are.
It's you know what? He is at least stepping up and trying to find out what happened to his child in so many ways.
If he really cared, why wasn't DFACS or somebody else called sooner, living in those conditions, or anything else that might have been any other kind of abuse that might have been going on prior to this, if you really cared?
And if he's even seen that house. I mean, that's another question. There's so much we don't know. Pattern.
And he was trying to get the child out of the house.
You know, I think that the common thread, the biggest common thread in these two cases are the victims, because they're so young, they're so vulnerable, and they are relying upon the adults in their lives to take care of them, to shield them, and ultimately it's the adults in their lives who many believe are responsible for what happened. And I think that's what really connects the two cases the most, and that's why people are so emotional about it.
Absolutely. And, you know, because here's two mothers. You know, you see them loving with their kids, but at the end of the day, what did they do? They threw them out like trash. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. And, you know, that surveillance video, I would want to know if she knew that that was being recorded.
Precisely.
You know?
Precisely.
Hey, Mike, when you spoke just now, about half this jury said, well, I got something to say about that. We got to see what they have to say on the verdict. And, wait, guys, Vinny's got a mystery reveal.
The biggest problem in this case, just like Casey Anthony, our gut's telling us one thing, but the evidence isn't telling us anything. This is a case where we need to do a deep dive into that evidence room, and it's going to be the evidence that finally speaks the loudest.
We got the baby. We got the baby.
This is not right what happened to Baby Elaina.
Now it's on. We want anybody that's responsible, everybody that's responsible.
A community looking for justice for Baby Elaina. Now, tonight, before our jury renders its verdict on our bold question, is the boyfriend covering for Baby Elaina's mom? It's time to see what's inside my mystery box. All right, folks, you ready? Take a look. Oh, my goodness, it's a gas can. Huh. Now, it's not a gas can like in the Casey Anthony case and the Jodi Arias case, but in this case, there is a gas station, in particular, a gas station attendant who saw Baby Elaina and her mom in the morning on the day she was reported missing. Take a listen.
I'm gonna have to say she came anywhere from 8 to 9:30. I'm 99.9% that it was that morning she came in with Elaina. The child was walking in the store. I didn't notice anything. You notice a black eye on a fully grown person, you would notice something on a child, especially.
So if this gas station attendant is correct, it looks like whatever happened to Baby Elaina took place on the day she was reported missing. Ryan?
Okay. Meg Strickler, by the way, not buying it. Why not?
Well, usually gas stations have video and whatnot, and other employees, other customers. It's only one person.
This is a small area. People know each other. It's their regular gas station. Why not?
She's 99.9% sure she said it like that.
Who's 100% sure about anything?
Nobody, but the reality is every single gasoline station, every Quick Trip has a video camera.
This isn't a Quick Trip. This isn't a Quick Trip.
They made a Quick Trip. It wouldn't matter.
Sometimes they don't. Sometimes the video isn't working, but you would know what you saw on a baby, whether the baby was injured or not, just like she said.
Let's go to Jeremy Baumhauer. He may have something to say on this. Jeremy?
Well, first of all, they did have video equipment, but just ironically, right before she came in that morning, allegedly, it didn't work. So I can't believe this. Right, and you just can't believe there's a lot of people that are coming forward that, you know, she wanted to just be a part of it. And unfortunately, locally, it started to get the comparisons you were making earlier with Casey Anthony. And she didn't want her identity known, and she was, you know, 8 to 9:30. And just the day before, though, the video surveillance equipment from inside, ironically, did not work.
Very interesting.
Okay. By the way, our jury, sitting here arguing back and forth about the bold question, is the boyfriend covering for baby Elaina's mom? So, ladies and gentlemen, you may start your deliberations.
We know that there have been literally hundreds of exonerations from faulty convictions, people released from thousands of years of prison sentences. The #1 reason, faulty eyewitness identification. So now in this case, are we to rely on the gas station attendant? People's brains aren't like computers. They get things messed up all the time. What this case needs is not speculation. We need evidence.
To anoint this baby with happiness and love. Let her feel all the love and energy that is here for her tonight and has been here since the very beginning of this, Lord.
It's very hard not having her around.
And we continue to pray, God, for the unfolding of the truth.
All of us love you. We got you. Papa and Grandpa, Papa and Daddy, and everybody found you. And we're gonna bring you home, baby.